5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey YouTubers and friends, welcome to Flashing Your Pan. Ed Marvin live with the latest news and updates. All right, hey everybody, how are all of you doing this Sunday? Jonathan, Robert, Jeff, Tyson, good to see my mates from across the pond here. Scott Owens, Chris, Construction Cronies, good to see you. Hope everything's well in Canada. Jeff Smith-Gold, how are you doing, brother? Lawrence, thanks for coming to my auction and hanging out afterwards over at the private party of our friend Ray and Mr. Lodak. But okay, news and updates. Well, first off, I'll get to the root cause of what's going to happen in the channel in the next couple of weeks, few weeks. My mother passed away on the 22nd of October. I live in Ohio. My family lives in Washington, and we're from Southern California. I'm been highly requested to come to both of her memorial services, one in southwestern Washington outside of Vancouver, and one in our hometown of Anaheim. And yeah, I'm going into debt big time. Some stuff happened several months ago where I lost a big chunk of money, almost $5,000. Hurt bad. I put up my metal detectors up for sale. I sold one, the Fisher Goldbug Pro, to Randy Scotty Tony. Thank you, Randy. Everyone else thinks I was gonna give away my Knox or my Gold Dredge or my High Banker and my other equipment. I'm not gonna give it away free for pennies on the dollar. So either way, I have to fly out to both of them. I already purchased my airline tickets and my rental car for Washington. And that directly affects Tuesday Night Hangout Live. And many of you know that I've had Tuesday Night Hangout Live for over 5 years now. June 22nd was the 5th year anniversary of Tuesday Night Hangout Live. And the thing I'm proud of, besides making that show from a real crappy looking live stream to a really good looking live stream with some excellent guests and an excellent viewing audience community that surrounded Tuesday Night Hangout Live. But I never missed a day Never missed a show in that 5 years. Never. Um, and that's going to change here before we get into 2023. Because on the 15th, when we were going to have Shane, or Sean rather, Sergeant Whitey detecting, Sergeant Whitey's treasures, Sergeant Whitey's detecting. The detectorists out there will know who Sergeant Whitey is, Sean. He was going to be my guest on the 15th. I have already rescheduled Sean to the 10th of January. Great sport about it. You know, uh, it's beyond my control. I couldn't say, hey, mom, wait a little bit longer, which in all reality, we almost lost her 15 years ago when they took a grapefruit-sized tumor off her spine. I almost lost her a couple of years ago. There, within the last 3 years, yeah, 3 years, it was pretty touch and go. Um, and then her, she'll be buried in with my late brother Randy, my older brother. I'm the youngest of three. Randy's the middle brother. He died away 40, he passed away 40 some odd years ago, got killed. Um, and my dad, my brother and my dad are buried in the same mausoleum. And that's where my mother will rest also, in our hometown of Anaheim. And I don't know the details yet that, about that memorial service. It's either on the 18th or the 20th. I'm able to save tremendous amount of money and be able to stay at my best friend's growing up, Bart's house in Corona Del Mar, which is nice. It's like 10 his I could walk to the beach from his stuff. So because I know when I get around family and lifelong friends and all the people my mother touched throughout her 91 years of living, my mom, she was a pillar in my life. She Both my parents didn't deserve a son like me, I tell you. Um, I was kind of a black sheep, got in trouble and stuff, and my mom was a great woman. She's helped many of my friends. She's helped take people off the streets, and they've actually become part of our family and stuff. Like James Van Cleef, who comes into our live chat. He was someone in the neighborhood that needed a place. We invited him in, and he became actually part of the family. And I consider him a brother. And there's several people we brought in, heroin addicts, and helped them clean up and get jobs and become productive members of society and stuff. And that's all because of my mom's work and dedication to what she felt she had to do. Plus, she was an outstanding nurse and director of nurses. She touched many people's lives. I'm honored to have had her as a mom. But I had Carlos Minor of Gold Rush Whitewater scheduled for the 20th of December. But at that time, I'll be in Southern California, and I don't want to. I've worked hard to make the show what it is now, that I don't want to do a cheap version of Tuesday Night Hangout Live using my phone or using um, my laptop when I could be here with my streaming and my green screen and all that. Jason, thank you very much, BC Treasure Trails. I appreciate it. Hey, Jeremy, how are you doing? Just a little update about my channel and stuff. Yes, they are, Chris. Moms are the best. But I have to say, I had a pretty radical dad, too. Um, but for the first time in the history of Tuesday Night Hangout Live, I'm actually going to be canceling 2 shows. Give ToledoJess and Dan-o a break, I guess, even though they get them when they need them anyway. I don't. But so November 15th, I'll be on my way to Washington State. I'll be in Camas, Washington on the 16th, and then I'll be flying out on the 17th. I do have to thank a very good friend of mine, good friend of Smith's Gold. I know Smith's Gold, I've met him, and Top Cat and Bedrock Bennett and stuff. A good friend of mine from Washington. We actually lived in the same valley up in Washington, Cedar Woolley, in the beautiful Skagit Valley. But Otis Ferris, another YouTuber, gold prospector, I'll be staying at his house. That will send me a few ducats on my lodging. I'd love to stay at my son or daughter's, but they have their family and they don't really have the room and they have their daily routines and stuff. So, but Otis Ferris is like, hey, mi casa, su casa, amigo. And I'm like, right on. Because I'm saving $100, a little over $100, flying into SeaTac instead of Portland PDX. But SeaTac to Vancouver, Washington is close to a 3-hour drive, and Otis lives about a half hour from SeaTac. So I'll be flying in about 7:30 p.m. on the 15th, and I'll go down to Otis's. Shaw's Mining, how are you? Mi casa, your casa, amigo. How you doing, Otis? Speaking of the devil, there he is right there, my brother of another mother from beautiful Skagit Valley. Yeah, because of that guy there, Otis Ferris, I get to hang out with a good friend, fellow YouTuber and prospector, LVPA brother, and I save a couple $100 on lodging, where at this time I'm really tight. Every penny matters. But yeah, so, but the great thing is the 2 guests, Sergeant Whitey and Carlos Miner, they were like totally cool with rescheduling. So Sergeant Whitey will be on January 10th, and Gold Rush White Waters, Carlos Minor, M-I-N-O-R, Minor. Is that like a minor, a kid? But he'll be on the 17th of January. And I greatly appreciate their working with me, because we all have busy schedules, and we all work, and Um, we all have irons in the fire, you know what I mean? But that's the major thing I wanted to have this channel news and update video about, was tell you about what's up. Way in advance than than me just saying a day or two before, oh, you see a cancellation. And even I still have the 15th show up, but I changed the title to it where it talks about being canceled, I believe. It's still up there, but it says canceled. Canceled and rescheduled. Let me double check on that. Oops. I have videos on my other monitor that I was watching and stuff. Really cool one on volcanoes in Yellowstone. But yeah, it says this Tuesday night Hangout Live. It's, it's in abbreviations, so it's TNHL has been canceled. Sergeant's Discoveries. Then it says rescheduled to 110. So, yeah. I might do something from Orange County. I might do something from Washington. Just a little live to say hey and let you know how things are going. Chris, I didn't see that. Thanks, Construction Cronies, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Both you and Jason. Both Canadians. I know Jason's from BC and Chris is from Ontario. He's in construction trade like I am, commercial, industrial. If you want to learn a lot on steel stud framing tips and tricks and tools and equipment, check out Chris Chronicles. He also has a really good live stream. So, but let me see. How long have we been running now for? Not too long, I don't think. Oh, Alberta, not Ontario. Okay. Oh, you grew up in Toronto, but okay, you're in Alberta. Beautiful country. Canadian Rockies there. Okay, I gotta hide a sex bot. Thank you, another moderator. Ferris, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just hide them completely. Then we should never see them again. Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you, Chris. Like I said, if you're in construction, Otis is in construction, but he's HVAC and plumbing. But that guy right there, Construction Cronies, Chris Chronicle, great guy, really cool guy. Puts out really good stuff for us, commercial building and stuff. But yeah, so far. Had an auction last night. I've sold a lot of my gold and I got out very little this season gold prospecting. It's amazing, actually. I was about going batty. I hope to get out with Dan-o and Jesse before the snow flies and the ice gets thick, but I don't know if I'll be able to. but I've been fortunate enough to get out with some really good YouTuber friends of mine here in Ohio and do some metal detecting with B3 Relic Recovery. Great guy. Nailed it detecting Chad. Great guy. And his wife, Ohio Metal Maven. And Jersey Ray Diggs came and visited me and stayed at our house over Labor Day weekend. Yeah, I report them always and I hide them from my channel. Mary, good to see you. But that's pretty much the news and updates. I didn't want to just spring on a cancellation the day before or the day. Um, but now you know why, as who's that guy? Now you know the rest of the story. Uh, I'm having some major blonde moments. I got a lot on my mind right now too, um, and I greatly appreciate all the support and love and stuff that the Flash fam and the YouTube community has shown me. It's greatly appreciated. Um, I'm not sure who's has any live streams yet today. I know Mar Videos, Marlon and Aurora have their show in the afternoon, and Digging with Liz or Liz Canadian Treasure Hunting. You know, Liz has Coffee with Liz, um, and those two are great people. So I'm not sure who will point you into the right direction, but I believe Guido and the Hanover Gang are actually maybe still live streaming now. Um, Someone was going to have a premiere or something at 3. I told them I couldn't make it because I had my own live. And if you make your channel subscriber only, then you won't get the bots. My auctions are subscribers only can chat in my live streams. Um, or you have to be a subscriber for at least 5 minutes for both of those, I think. I didn't do it on this one, and I'm not worried about bots because if I don't catch them, one of my great moderators will. But it is what it is. Um, they're they're a bane of the internet, you know. Geosurvey crews were flying helicopters with huge sensors dangling under them all summer, mapping the gold fields here. That's cool. I wonder if they were using those for LiDAR also. Um, well, we're 22 minutes into this. Everything's pretty much touched on. The cancellation. That's about the biggest news and update. I don't know if I'll have any auctions before I leave on the 15th. So everyone that participated in the auction last night and taking care of their invoices, those will be mailed out before I go to Washington, hopefully sometime this week. I got a concrete job to do after I get off work on Friday, so it'd be before Friday, hopefully. I talked about that way earlier in the show, Mary, and canceling Tuesday night Hangout Live on December 20th and November 15th. November 15th, 16th, and 17th, I'll be on my way to Washington at my mom's memorial and coming home. And in December, I'll be at her memorial service in our hometown. And then I'll be putting her to rest. My brother and I will be putting her to rest with our dad and my older brother Randy. Um, but Carlos and Sean, Sergeant Whitey, have already rescheduled for January. Um, and I'm bummed. I'm bummed that I have to cancel a show, that I haven't missed a day. You could ask the guys, always like, show must go on. If you have to work, Dan-o, cool. Jesse, you have something to do, cool. But the show's going on. Ringo, how you doing? All right, family first, brother. Take care, Otis. I'll be wrapping it up here anyway, brother. Um, Thank you very much, Mary. Thank you very much. Um, Super chatters, thank you very much, Chris and Jason. Greatly appreciated. If anyone wants a donate, I hate begging, but I've had a really tough year. My PayPal me and Cash App's right down there. That's right, Jeff. That's right. So, thank you for being understanding, and in my opinion, the best community on YouTube, even though we're all part of the Treasure Hand and the Treasure Fam. Uh, FlashFam is Treasure Fam. We're all a family. I greatly appreciate it, and I greatly appreciate you all hanging out with me this last half hour of the day. Richard, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. I see Ringo has both his handles in here. Make sure to hit that thumbs up for me, please, with both your handles, Ringo. Yeah, I brought that up a little. That hurt a lot, about 5K. That hurt. Um, uh, Stuff happens. I try and look at it like what comes around goes around. You're not gonna fool you. Take it from me. I wasn't always a law-abiding citizen. There's a time I was a liar, a thief, a crook, a swindler, a drug addict, and cocaine pretty much can, and drugs can turn a very honest person into a very dishonest person over a matter of time. I've been through it, I've done it, been on the streets and pulled myself back. I've lost everything I've owned twice and made it back. I've got clean. I've been clean for over 40 years. And God is good. And it's a battle, and it's easier to live honest and stuff. Um, and that's because your heart's in the right place and your mind's in the right place. And, I wasted a lot of my life before, but, having kids have a way of making you grow up really quick. But I don't really want to get into all that story of the dark recesses of my life. But let's say if I didn't move out of California when I did and severed all ties to people that weren't good for me, I wouldn't be alive and here where I am today. I'd either be in prison or I'd be dead. And the help of God, my Savior Yeshua, Father Yahweh, and real friends and family, I am the man that I am now. And a big thing of it, you have to want it. You have to want to change your life. You have to want to forgive yourself and move forward. Bacchus! But, one day we could have a full on ask me anything type thing if you want to get into the deepest, darkest crevices of my young life. There was a few of them. I'm not going to lie to you. I just say I'm a much better man now in the latter days of my life than I was in the beginning of my life. If I knew now or if I knew then what I know now, yes, I would have done things a lot different. But all in all things work for the good. All of that stuff I did by my stupid choices. I'm not going to blame my mom. I'm not going to blame my dad, my brother, schools, religion, or anything else. I'm not going to blame God. But there was times where I did blame God for some stuff. But that's because I was a dumbass and I didn't take personal responsibility. I blamed it on someone else. And until then, you got to take up personal responsibilities because it was all my stupid choices that got me into some stupid situations. And it was my choice to change it and become a better man and a better person, to be a better father, to be a better son, be a better friend. That's helped me get to where I am now. Yes, we do, Mary. We learn from our mistakes. Oh, Moto. What about you agnostics? You're agnostics because there's a little bit of thing in there that you didn't say atheist. You said agnostic. So there's a little bit of maybe in there. I don't care if you're agnostic, atheist, or claim to be a white witch or something, as long as you're not sacrificing children and drinking blood. I'm going to show you the love that Christ showed me. But I don't have a religious channel. I have a treasure hunting channel with some awesome people. And I don't really bring up my faith or my politics. Maybe agnotheist. I'll tell you this, brother, from what I've seen in my life of 61 years, I don't have enough faith to be an atheist. Let's say that. I don't have enough faith to be an atheist. I've seen some pretty wild shiznits, let me tell you. Both good and evil. Both good and evil. But on that note, again, all the super chatters, Richard, Jason, Chris, thank you all so very much. I love you, the FlashFam treasure community, and I'm blessed to have you part of my life. On that note, I'll see you this coming Tuesday night. Hangout Live. We're gonna be having Shane on from See It My Way 1, the blind detectorist. That should be a really good show. And then when I come back from Washington on the 22nd, we're going to be having Richie from Madison, Maine. And that should be a good show because Richie's pretty entertaining. Thank you very much, Bacchus, and I'll do my best, Jeff, GoPro Unlimited. I appreciate it. Oh, excellent, Moto. I'll look for it. I really liked BC's live stream when he was on his tugboat the other day. I appreciate that, Mary. I appreciate it. All right, everybody. God bless. Love you dearly. Until next time, may you always have a flash in your pan. And ask Otis if he was still here, or Smith's Gold, or Two Toes, or many others. It does happen, and I hope it does. Maybe one day too. I'll meet you on the river. Good night, everybody. God bless. Have a safe weekend and an awesome week. See ya. I'm out of here.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.